Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Aquarius. Hello Aquarius, thank you for joining me for your free November 2014 Tarotscope mini astrology reading and animal totem card. Okay, so let's get right into it first. I was going to say Scorpio. Aquarius, I mean. Okay, there's a few. We got a few to begin with there. Okay, let's keep going. These want to kind of flip out, so I'm just going to put them down. And then, need a couple more on the bottom. Let's see what we got for the bottom row down here. I think I need at least one more. Oh, well look at there. Okay, so here's your spread. Now, these upper cards here, there's definitely a lot about not being in bondage to the old. I know that's a theme that seems to come up a lot in these readings, but that's what it's talking about here. It's talking about, this is what, do what you love and the money will follow. Or don't let money be an obstacle in obtaining the things you really want to do in life. And this is a card of moving on and moving forward with your life. This is a card of being in bondage, and this is a card of not having clarity. You know, this lineup right here, this with these two together, sometimes this can be somebody who really does have like in bondage to maybe a drug or alcohol problem, and that could rear its ugly head, I want to say, because the bondage card can mean that, and so does the moon in reverse mean that at times. But it can also just mean you're not thinking clearly, or you're set that this has to be this way. You know, it's only going to be this way. And I will tell you right now, if we follow along the over here with the devil being in bondage, it says your wish is not coming true, and that something's being taken away from you. And this something is always something from within. You know, your pride, your dignity, your sanity, you know, it's those kind of things. And it's why? Because you're holding on to this devil thing. You're in bondage to whatever this thing is. It's got to be this way. It's got to be this way. Well, it's not going to be that way. But with the world, it says, you know, something really great could happen regardless, you know. Wish card, you know, a lot of people put a lot of stock in the wish card. I really don't, because the wish card there's little things in life. The wish card is not the big picture. The wish card is, am I going to get the best parking spot when I go to work or whatever? Yeah, you're going to get it. No, you won't. It's like that. It's almost that significant. It has to do with the smaller things that occur in life. It's not the big picture. Where the world, on the other hand, totally is the big picture, right? Now, the world card was in reverse, but I feel like that doesn't matter. Now, that does not diminish the impact or power or glory of the world card, right? It only says that you don't see it for all that it is, because maybe you're too stuck on wanting this other thing over here, but the world is awaiting you. It doesn't, it's not lessened by being in reverse. The world energy is not lessened. It's only your perception of it, or only your willingness to look at it. You know, people, walk by opportunities all the time in their lives, and we've all done it. You know, and it's just by change and taking chances and going down different paths. If everybody were on the path to the world, there would be no misery or problems. You know, everybody, we get off our path. We go the wrong direction. We make mistakes. To err is human, right? And to forgive divine, to fill in the second part of that adage. But anyways, yeah. And the Queen of Pentacles seems to be having a lot to do with this, okay? Having a lot to do with you discovering or walking through that door into the world, okay? Queen of Pentacles could be an earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or she may be coming in the time of earth, which would not be until like around December, January. But also all the Pentacle people, and you do have Page of Pentacles, or excuse me, Knight Pentacles over here. They all carry the Pentacle card, the coin. So they're the money people. So sometimes they're just the money people. So she could just be the money person that has this huge opportunity for you or something like that. That's why this is hard to leave. Because at one time I feel like this was a perfect fit for you. You were making great money, coin. You were making great coin. And you were in tune with your intuition or on your right path, or maybe your intuition just guided you to get there, and that's why you're so reluctant to let go of it. But all these synchronicities happened for me to get there. Well, yeah, but because that was where you needed to be then. But it's always change. The only thing constant in this world is change, right? And so we need to move on. We need to follow our current bliss. What do we like? Not just go after for the coin and the money, because it feels like your intuition's has been off track, or you're not listening to it. And that's why I keep saying about moving down this wrong path. This is in line with the world here. Wheel in reverse. We're off track. We're not on our path. We're not following our destiny. We're not going in the direction of our highest good. Okay, so that could be an element that's happening, but it's not like it's okay. It's not like you're bad, or I'm not trying to scold you or anything like that. There's always time to make a change and go on a different road, and take this road instead of that road, and then you'll end up in another place, as is life, right? Lining up here again, we got Chariot, the highest success card in the deck. So Chariot is here. So that's a big card of success, but it also is travel. It also is the phoenix rising from the ashes. Transformation. Going to a new level. So even though your wish doesn't come true, Chariot, you still could have, plenty of room for success and freedom. You notice that, okay, we've got Chariot is number 7 of the major arcana, and we have 7 of Pentacles, and we have 7 of Swords. So these 7s are showing themselves here. So 7 could be key, right? It could be 7 days, 7 weeks. Number 7, it could be having to do with anything you're trying to do financially, a salary negotiation, and a price of a real estate, or something you're trying to buy or sell, or something like that. It could be a date of 7, So 7 is making an appearance. We're going to discuss it. And the other thing that lines up here, if you do what you love, the Queen of Pentacles, I was going to say the woman, but it could be male or female, is going to bring your ships are coming in. So this is like where we want to be here. And this is the stuck energy. So there's a lot more cards in the vibration of the stuck energy over there, right? And not as many in the really finding the world and this highest goal and beautiful thing for yourself. So let's try to shift that energy. Let's be willing to let go of the past, not rest on your laurels even, okay? Because what worked before is not going to work now. But that doesn't mean the new thing is going to be less than, or, it's not like you have to, it's not like a sacrifice. It doesn't have to be. It may feel like a sacrifice. That's something that just came to me. Okay, so let's pull this chart out and have a look at this thing. Now, Aquarius on the ascendant. First thing that's happening is that full moon in Taurus, and then in your case, that's going to be in your 4th house of home and family, or where you live. So things coming to a head regarding that. Things shining a light on where you live, or your everyday environment. Having enlightenment, having insights about it, seeing something clearly, something being revealed to you in that area of your life. And then the next thing that happens is the new moon in the 11th house. Always new moon in the 11th is always a good time to go make new friends. That's what I always feel about it, Join a new group. Go check out a new group of people. Check out a different group that you've belonged to. And I want to say even location with you because of Sag, that's travel. So maybe some of you might be thinking of going somewhere else to live, relocating. And you did have all those journey cards, and that could mean an actual physical move or relocation. That could definitely be a potential for a lot of you. Okay, let's get these animal cards shuffling, and we want to know, is this one card? No, there's like 2 or 3 there. We want to know, Spirit, show us Great Spirit, show us the animal totem card for Aquarius for November of 2014. Just one, please. Oh, I got 2. I'm only going to do 1. If 2 come out, they go back in the deck. So here's this one sticking out here. Yeah, we have one sticking out here. Okay. Crocodile. Ooh, pretty cool. All right, so as always, if you're interested in animal totems, you could look it up on your own. But also, don't forget on my site, the order page, I have this cool animal totem report that's based on Native American astrology, and it's pretty neat if you want to learn about that. But at any rate, I'll be back in a minute to give my take on crocodiles, so stay tuned. The primary meaning of the crocodile has to do with primal strength and creation. But I always see the crocodile, the first thing I think of are those massive teeth and how they can really tear somebody to shreds and how fierce they are. So I'm feeling like it's about being fierce, taking your power, but also being careful not to be too vicious. You could tear somebody to shreds with those teeth. And your teeth is also your mouth. Watch what you say, watch your words. It's maybe a time to be quiet. Crocodiles sit in the water quietly listening and listening to their prey. I think you could gain, the message could be that you may gain more through listening and waiting for the time to strike when the iron is hot than just fiercely acting out. Save your power, save your strength. Sit and wait, be quiet, listen, and when the time is right, go forward in full fierceness. Okay, before we go, I want to make sure I tell everybody about my book, Tarot in the Modern World. If you're using these videos to kind of help you learn tarot, well, this would be like the study guide, okay? It gives I give upright and reverse positions, easy to understand, and I also give how it means accompanied by other cards. So that's kind of gets you on the path of really doing a whole reading as I do when I relating the cards to each other as I do in the videos. Also, don't forget to check out the Tapestry of Life mandalas, or tantras, I think I'm going to be calling them from now on. It's this beautiful art that I make. It's based on your chart. It is a labor of love. It takes me a long time to do these, but it's just such a beautiful thing, and no two are alike. It's totally like a picture of your soul, you might want to say. And also check out some of my other channels. You know, besides the Tarot Rock and Roll Prophetess channel I have here, I do have a couple other channels. One that includes a lot of my original music and me as a keyboard player, which I've been doing for years and years. And then secondly, the Learning Songs for Kids, which has all sorts of children's videos that I wrote the music and I do the animation, and you know, it's just like a whole thing. It's Learning Songs for Kids with featuring the Green Glen Gang, which you know, they are crusaders for the environment. I've been drawing and creating these guys for years and years and years, and I want to get them out there. And secondly, I have some holiday music. If anybody would like to record any of my songs, I would be thrilled to have that happen as well. Thank you again for watching my videos and liking and commenting and sharing. I really enjoy all your feedback. Thank you so much for donating. You know, by donating, that gives me incentive to keep going forward with these free readings every month and bringing them to you free of charge on YouTube. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.